Hey, welcome back, brother.
Yes, sir.
Ign'ant Sports, episode 24.
Kobe.
I was gonna say from one goat to another, baby. Let's go,
I
man.
thought of it right before we was doing this. I was just like, you know what? I was like, I might keep this up. I was like, I might find a NBA player for every number.
Yeah, there you go. That's actually funny. The guys who I ripped this idea off from, Bill Burr and Paul Verzi, they do a podcast. I think it's called. Damn, I forget what their podcast is called. But if you look them up on a podcast, you would see them. They do one together, and they do this whole sports thing back and forth. We do ours a little bit more intense because we pick everything. They only pick the spread. And they only pick 4 games. We pick every game and everything available. So we do the whole board.
Yeah.
But I got this idea from them, and they actually do the exact same thing. They lead their intro with every show. Number 1, number 2, they'll pick like they'll talk about a list of players with their the numbers that line up with the episode.
The numbers, right? Yeah.
So if you want to just do the 1, that's like keeping it your style. I'm not gonna, because I already ripped off enough from them, but I know you didn't know about them, so you're not ripping nothing off.
Exactly.
Of that. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll preface that for everyone who's like, "Hey, he's stealing that." He didn't know.
Yeah.
I stole this from them.
Mark this episode down. We'll put this episode linked somewhere inside and description everywhere. Mm-hmm. Frequently asked questions.
Anything better? I think it's called the Anything Better podcast because the guy Verzi, he has a phrase. He's like, "Is there anything better than?" And he'll just say something simple like, "Is there anything better than a nice cheddar cheese between a couple of crackers, sitting on a bench, enjoying a nice breeze?" Something like T Mac would have enjoyed. We were just talking about our favorite snacks before the show.
Yes.
So yeah, today we got really no NFL news, right? It's pretty bare. Getting ready for the draft.
Yep.
All right, so that's pretty standard. But we do have our Sunday's games last week. We had 15 games. We chose 14. The one game we didn't cover was can just shout that out in the middle real quick. It was Chicago. I actually didn't look at this at all. Chicago, Minnesota. We have no vested interest in that. but I see it looks like DeRozan didn't play. Ball, they said, was injury, illness, maybe a tummy ache was continued. So I know Minnesota had to play the Clippers. I'm not sure if that affected their seeding or anything, but they looked like they played all their players. Oh, except for Russell and Cat. Damn, I guess I'm not even paying attention. So it looks like everyone was resting.
Yeah, just Anthony, and even then, it almost kind of looks like they played the bench, and like the bench was the starters, and because as you see, Anthony only scored 8. There's Nas at only 14. I would say Beasley sometimes could score a little bit more, but it's like where's all their points? It's like, well, it gotta be bench.
Right.
It's just this looks like the last game.
But so I'll just X that one out. We can skip over that one because we only really cover the games that we bet ourselves. So you want to start off with the Milwaukee-Cleveland?
Yep.
I didn't even look at this yet. So did Giannis play or no? Nope.
Nope.
What did we?
Nope,
I set the over under at 1.5. I'm pretty sure you took the under at how many Antetokounmpos would play. So you got that. You also you also got the so Cavs were -6.5 and the win. So well done there, my friend. Started off strong this week. Pretty good start. I don't see really. Did your boy play on Garland played? Okay, didn't really do too much. 11 points.
Not too much.
Drew played for 8 seconds. Okay, there you go. You shouldn't be able to count as a starter if you only start for 8 seconds.
Oh, okay.
On Milwaukee.
So maybe something. Maybe something happened. I will truly, hopefully.
Because that means that they had to call a timeout or sub him out within 8 seconds of the game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right.
But I will say, so Garland. So looking towards this, get ahead a little bit. Garland, like I've always been saying, is the one to look out for sure. Mm-hmm. And then Mobley is the true rookie on this. And by true, I just mean the rookie, because I think Garland, this is maybe his second year. Mobley's the rookie on this team, the center. And which we get to later, he was kind of balling. So I'll look for him and sometimes LeVert.
Oh damn, bro! Look at that, Kevin Love down with the 32 in 14 minutes.
Yeah,
what?
He was. Yeah, if you look at the scoring thing.
Yeah, the box. Where's he at?
Yeah, 10 for 16 at the bottom.
Oh
Yeah,
my
the
god,
bench.
8 of 11.
Yes,
Wow.
bro. My man's was doing his old vintage. He was at the line just waiting,
Damn,
or
but
like running
he
up.
wasn't able to bring that at a later game that we'll talk about, but hopefully they can
Yeah.
bring it at a later game we'll talk about.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Anything else of note here? I don't want to take. We gotta kind of fly through these today, I think, because we got so many games to go through.
I think that's pretty much it. We expected the other, uh, the
Yeah.
other.
All right. So next up
Against
we had
football.
Atlanta at Houston. You had Atlanta was negative 10.5 and to win. Double good job there. Starting off 4-0. All
Yeah,
right. So what went down in this game? I didn't really watch it. Jalen Green 41 points. Okay, that's crazy.
41.
Kevin Porter Jr.
Yeah,
26. Pretty
what
respectable.
you expected. Yep.
Yep.
And
Hawks
then
are on fire right now, so that doesn't surprise me at all.
yeah, Hawks is like I was even with later on, or maybe it was this one. No, it had to be the other one playing. Um, yeah, Hawks is kind of like the low key like Phoenix of the East. I feel like
Oh,
they got a decent roster that can have this. Like everybody scores double digits. I feel like Phoenix would be more consistent
I
for
feel like I'm
sure.
thinking of I want to compare them more to like a Utah or Denver, like one of
You could
those,
say that.
or maybe like even maybe like a Dallas. Like when they go off, they go off, but they've been having a few slow starts, a few slow games.
Yeah,
Phoenix is just too
I
good.
yeah, you know, nigga. And I only threw them out because that was just, like at the top of my head where I know it was like a consistent. Like I wouldn't for sure give it to them,
Right.
but yeah, you get the point though. It's
Of
just like
course.
where like it's like you know on their good days, like don't sleep on them.
Yep.
The starting five will come through. So um,
Yeah,
mostly
we've done the
going. Oh
roster
yeah,
before. You know,
yeah,
we're finally getting through. You know, Clint, Trey. I guess DeAndre Hunter I haven't really recognized, but I'll keep an eye out for him.
yeah. I
Uh,
feel like
Gallinari.
he's
Yep. Bog.
the
Yep.
well between between him and Herter are the ones that's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
which one is going to bring it? I feel like, but the other three,
Herner and Herner.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
um.
think they were saying yeah, Herter when I was
Yep.
watching the Congress today.
Cool. Well, I think that's pretty good call. So moving on, we had Indiana at
Brooklyn, yeah,
Brooklyn. So that was a what did you? Okay, so that was your first miss. I even checked it down. I was like, damn, because they won, and I saw 134, and I didn't realize that they didn't actually cover because they were a negative 15.5. Well, I guess I can just say they were 15.5 favorite. So yeah, they only won by their what 8, and then they did win. But at first I
yeah.
was like,
So that was yeah, 1 for 1.
yeah, at first I
Yeah,
was like, man, he's gone 6-0. I'm like, what is going on
right.
now? I'm like, you take the over unders out, and then all of a sudden this is what happens.
Right.
But I didn't look at really any of these boxes yet, so these are all kind of fresh to me. Durant at
Yeah.
20, Drummond 20, Irving 35. I
Yep.
mean, if they got the roster, they're gonna use them. I guess
Yeah.
Seth was
Yep.
out. Okay.
Yeah. Did not address. Looks like.
But like we were talking
Um.
off the air, a lot of these end of season games are like, say Indiana, like they're not in the postseason at all, right? No,
No.
so they're just like sailing it, like what do you call it? Sending it in. You know, they're not really trying to do anything other than get to the off season without injury at this exact point.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you are losing at the end of a fourth quarter. You're like, just let's just get off the floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
Basically.
they could have forfeited this game, they probably would have.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think most. I would hope. I would just be
Right.
like, let me just not risk my
Especially
health.
when
You
you're
know,
playing
like
your like starters and everything.
yeah.
But hey,
It's
I
just
guess
like
it's good
that.
experience for next season. You know, try to get
No,
some
always.
competitive. You know, because you know Brooklyn wants to go in hot, and you know it's always they're a great team. So it's just you're damned if you do. Try and you're damned if you don't, because either you're gonna lose by 30 or you're gonna lose by 10. You're never really gonna beat
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Yeah. I think yeah for them for the fact that they couldn't get Chicago to become the seventh seed, it still was
Mm,
just like we might as well just play our starters, get warmed up for like the
yeah.
next game. It's gonna be a grind.
Right. But okay. Yeah, without the over-unders to go through, like, I feel like these are so bare bones, these picks.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all good. We have so many to go through that it's whatever.
Yeah.
Washington at Charlotte. My boys were able to, what did I have them at? 11-point favorites, and Charlotte won by 16. So they hooked me up and with the dub. I figured, man, Washington kind of sucks. They only really got Porzingis. I'm going to scroll down here. They even play him?
But yeah, of course. Yeah,
nope.
the fact that
they didn't even play him.
Yeah, they're not even in it, So it's just like they're one of those where it's like, all right, just here you go, bench. Get your points in.
Exactly. It's a pickup / park game for one team, and it is a preparation game for another team.
Yep. Exactly.
I just want to see who they played on Charlotte. Looks like everyone played. Get them all ready, get them all fresh.
Yeah,
Thomas put up 14. I'm always happy to see Isaiah put up, some numbers.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. But we'll get to my disappointing at Charlotte later.
Yeah. Yeah, like I like a Rajon Rondo. I got to a point where it's like I got love for the player, even if that's on Boston. Like I'm not gonna love the franchise, but I love the player.
Mm-hmm. Right, of course, yeah.
So it's like I got to that point because I used to be like, nah, I can't love nothing. Mm-hmm. Like I can't love Larry Bird. I can't love Kevin McHale. No, none of them. No Bill Russell, nothing. But nowadays I'm like, okay, yeah. So when I seen him glowing up there, and I was like, hopefully he could bring that to LA, and it didn't quite work as good, but I was like,
yeah. But to be fair, Rondo didn't work good with anybody after the Celtics.
Yeah, him or Isaiah.
Right. I mean, Isaiah's was never as impactful as Rondo was. Like, we had a big three for a while, and it really was arguably a big four with Rondo. Like, he was such an amazing... Like, he was almost like the reason why I fell in love with basketball, because of just a combination of him facilitating. It was incredible, man. Like, that coming in with that. So he could just drive the ball up, facilitate, kick it out to Ray Allen, or you could just give it to Garnett, who would just power over everyone, or you could give it to, call him Kobe Bryant light, in Paul Pierce. Like, he was just a worse version of Kobe. So he at every point, he was like a little slower, not as many moves, but he was still a playmaker. You know what he was? Yep. He was a better version of Carmelo and a worse version of Kobe. Like a create your own shot kind of player, dagger kind of player. Like, he has it in him. But, like, the accuracy is just, like, where you draw the line between those players. Like, Carmelo can't really hit him. Pierce can hit him more. Kobe could hit him more. So, it's just how it ended up lining up. And so it's crazy / cool, too, that they got to be in the same era. I follow Pierce on Instagram. He's a fun guy. I was on Instagram the night that he put up the post that got him fired from ESPN. I'm like, damn, Pierce, you live in large, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I was just like, being out the league. It's just like, I'm a free man, right?
And it was funny, too, because I only saw the first half where he was playing poker and had, like, a little kind of joint. And I was like, all right, baby, let's go. That's exactly my style. Speaking of, and then my friend was like, did you see the girls? I was like, what girls? I just, like, was happy that he was playing poker, because a lot of athletes and movie stars play poker, so that's like my favorite part of that aspect. You go to Vegas, you can play with anybody.
Yeah.
But why did I bring up him? Because we were talking Rondo.
Yeah, Rondo. Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, Rondo, Isaiah, they never. But so hopefully Isaiah can bring it back, man. Because dude, I'm taller than Isaiah. We're taller than Isaiah Thomas, bro. So if he could have done it, any of us could have done it.
Man, every time I find a 5'10", 5'9" kind of guy, I'm like,
ooh,
man,
they're my man, bro. And it really is crazy, too, because, like, you hear... At first, I never really got what go small meant until I saw Isaiah running around under these dudes who, like, literally can't reach the ball because it's so low to the ground. Yeah. It's crazy. You never would have really thought that in a game of height that being low would be advantageous. But it's just a counter. It's just a natural counter.
Yeah, I'm like, it truly makes sense. It's like, it's a counter.
Anything else on this game? Or are we both good on that?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to we got Toronto at New York. Oh, heartbreaker. So I didn't really check this at all. Like I said, I didn't check any of these scores, really. I checked, like, I watched the play-in. I watched pretty much everything from the play-in onward, so I'm good on that. But I didn't really watch any of these last season because I knew that this was going to be all a bunch of craziness anyway. So Siakam doesn't play, man. And that's about it. If he ain't going to be putting up Fred VanVleet didn't play? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Fred VanVleet.
I feel you.
But they only just used Gary Trent. Yeah, so
I'm surprised all these numbers add up to 94, bro. I'm looking at it like, damn, that's 94.
Exactly.
8-3-4. Bad way to start. And New York just wanted to do. So who do they got? Julius Randle? Is that he didn't even play? All right.
No. It's so I feel like I've hinted at this before that Toppin is the so like sometimes sometimes I'm an all-star behind Julius, but yeah, he brought it that day 42. So
Emmanuel quickly.
Emmanuel quickly.
Man, you give someone a chance, and they show you what they can do against a non-starting Toronto team. But hey, it's good to see that he can actually put the ball in the bucket.
Yeah, he averages 11 this season. So
he probably just get the chance up,
Yeah, like out of his last 10 games, I think, or how many against this is, he had 10 or more, and most of them, just only 2 of them where he only scored 8 or 6. So it's like he can apparently average like maybe a 15, given some more time.
But yeah, this is one of them boring ones. So just to go over real quick, I had Toronto -5 and to win, so that was a double X for me. Double X. I was counting these up. I'm like, is this the week that T-Mac catches up? So I was feeling a little sweat around that point. And then when I get to this next game, it did not get any better for me. Miami at Magic. I just look at it. I'm like, what's going on here? Because I'm looking at them kind of in the same exact order. And, I had Miami was 12-point favorite, and they lose by 14. So because whenever we took a favorite, we almost always take it to win. So I obviously had them to win as well. And so that was another double X for me.
Yep, and Magic closing out with a nice even spread, with the starters. Good to see everybody scored double digits, making a team effort.
Yep.
Got Victor over here trying to put the team on his back. I came back and Jimmy and them is resting and stuff like that. It's like, let's see if I can get just one more dub just for the heck of it.
This was probably one of those games where it didn't matter 100% for the seeding. So if Miami won or lost, they probably wouldn't have made any difference. Or else I'm sure
they're for sure 2 games above you guys. So
okay. Oh yeah, I could have just looked. My dumbass.
Yeah,
sports.
Yeah, as long as it should be on. If we're looking at Yahoo, it should be on the right. That's like
it's right there. And I could have just looked. They're the number 1 seed. What is wrong with me?
But this game was mostly just for Victor's sake, because for the fact that I think this is only 4th, 5th game max maybe back. So it's like he needs it more than anything.
True. Very
anybody else. So it's like, go ahead, bro. Go off. Get ready for this playoff season.
Now this looks like 125. You look at these numbers, that looks like that adds up to 125. I don't know how they got 94 on that last game.
All right.
Okay. All right. So now this was the one that I was a little confused about, because I was like, man, I don't even know who's got what. So what was my number here? Philly was -15. No bueno. That was a close one though, at least. So a lot of these were ridiculous. I would call one team and it would be the exact opposite. But so Philly only won by what am I looking at here?
8. 12.
12. So yeah, I'm like a number that's lower than 15. I did the math earlier.
I thought I saw this at 114.
So they lost that, but they won the game. So at least they won. I got a little 1-1 on that.
Yeah.
Who are we looking at here? On Philly's side. They start everybody? No, they didn't start nobody.
No, nobody. They not even on the bench for the list.
Damn.
Besides James Harden, that's the only. Oh, okay. I seen them. I see Joel Embiid. Okay, I was like, where are those 2 guys? Yeah.
And so who put it up for Detroit? Who hurt me in my 3 points? Luka Garza.
Yeah, Luka Garza.
Isaiah Stewart, Frank Jackson with the 10 and 10. Isaiah Livers, Braxton Key. I'm saying these names now to plant the seed for next time when I see it. I'm like, oh yeah, they did take 1 point away from me last year.
Right. Yeah. The other good news, not good news, but person I did mention a couple times was I'm pretty sure it was the Cade Cunningham, and he, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly earlier, he's another rookie for this year. So, because I have been hearing some talks about him. It was between him and the guy I just mentioned on the other team.
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. I'll get back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Which was, but actually, go back to the beginning. Whatever rookie I was just talking about earlier.
Just Cade Cunningham.
Mobley. I think Mobley. Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
Mobley.
yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a bit of a boner, but whatever.
Yeah.
Especially because I got my Boston came up next. They came through clutch for me.
Yep.
I had Boston was -1.5, and I had them to win as well. So it's always good to see Boston get the dub. Did Memphis even play their players? So is Ja? What's up with Ja? Is he like in now or out? Like, let me click on Memphis, see what's going on. Is he playing this postseason? Because like he'd been out for way longer than I was expecting. They got no injuries right now. No one on the injury reserve, but they didn't play him against us.
Yeah, which would make sense. It's like
looking at it now. Yeah, another team where a win and a loss does not make any difference to them.
Yeah, they're the number 2 seed. So
I don't know why I didn't think to look at the standings before choosing the games to be like who needs to win, who doesn't need to win. Next year.
Yeah, I learned my lesson. I was like, I kind of got an idea. I was like, they started the game earlier than I thought, but after that 0-5, I was like, okay, I think I can have a right idea.
I just want to look and see how my boys did. Robert Williams is still out for Boston. That's unfortunate. I know that people were kind of like bitching and moaning when he got injured. They're like, every year something happens. Yeah, left knee still out. And I'm like, bro, it's Robert Williams. It's not like it's Jaylen Brown or Marcus Smart or God forbid number 0. It's fine. Like we can still if him being injured is why we lose, then we did not deserve to win. So okay, yeah, I would like to see a little bit more from Brown, a little bit more from Smart, especially. But I mean, we won by 30, so what am I going to complain about? I don't know how we won by 30. These don't look like they add up to 140, but okay.
All right.
Numbers, man. So yeah, nothing too crazy there.
Yeah, definitely.
The other hidden pick that I forgot to mention. So obviously, yeah, shout out to me for being a excellent state of awareness. I forgot to put 2 picks in. So if you all were watching last week and you didn't see a couple picks that we are talking about, it's because I forgot to edit them in. My auto silence detection chopped a couple picks out. So this Golden State Pelicans game I had Golden State was a 3.5 point favorite, and to win, that was like college is a lucky win because we didn't really know. What did Clay do? 1,000 points? 41 exactly. It's like it's like if they won by 128, it's like Clay must have had 1,000 points.
You already know.
Usually how it works.
And then I was kind of surprised that they had CJ in there for 5 minutes, but he didn't score no points, so he clearly was trying to facilitate maybe or just get the ball out of his hands. You know, to a degree. But yeah, so I was gonna say See, I'm thinking about the Charlottes. We'll talk about that later.
Right? Yeah. Unfortunate. Yeah. There's New Orleans and wait, they played New Orleans? No, they played Atlanta. New Orleans played San Antonio, and they did that to my San Antonio. So it felt like when I was watching New Orleans San Antonio, it felt a lot like Atlanta Charlotte because I wanted Charlotte to win and I wanted San Antonio to win, and both games had a very similar pace.
Exactly.
But just looking at the Pelicans, yeah. So McCollum did 0. Alvarado had 12. Yeah, standard.
McCollum. That kind of might have sounded familiar. During his offseason,
he's like he looks kind of like a Hispanic light skinned dude, but just like got moves, and they were kind of like hyping him up. They were saying a lot about how he just had like maybe not the best stats, maybe he wasn't like the biggest player, but just like kind of that Pat Beverly kind of energy, like just brings it. So I think they compared him to him as well, actually, on the broadcast.
On the broadcast,
yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say Warriors did need Clay to play for this game because this actually meant something. They clinched the 3rd seed over Dallas.
Okay.
So 53 wins to 52. So
I'm just checking out the injury report real quick to see who's actually on it. So it's just Curry and Wiseman are on the injury reserve list.
Yeah.
So because I was like Andrew Wiggins inactive, I was like they are gonna need Iguodala. They're gonna need Wiggins.
Yeah.
They're gonna need
Warriors for Steph Curry. He's looking to be on track to come back for game 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dangerous then. Yeah. That's an actual threat to Phoenix.
Nuggets.
No, I'm just saying, like, in
Oh,
the
well, you
in the
just in general.
postseason, because I'm thinking to myself before like this playoffs, I'm like, who's gonna beat Phoenix right now? Like, I could see like in the finals, maybe like a team like Brooklyn could get to them. A team like, I don't know why, man. It seemed like Philadelphia like won in the trade, but Brooklyn seems like they're playing better now that Kyrie's back. You know,
Yeah, oh,
like
yeah, definitely.
so. I feel like Brooklyn's probably my like pick of the East, even though Miami's like good. Brooklyn's still got two superstars, man, and they're both playing really well right now. So like you can't beat that. Miami's got 1.5, and like that loses to 2.
Yeah,
You can't round up when it's like people. It's just silly numbers, but yeah, so I could see them beating Phoenix. But if you give Curry back to Golden State, I could see them also putting up a contention. Because I was just trying to think, I'm like, what do we got going right now?
Exactly.
Let's see. So yeah, solid game.
Yes.
And then next up we had
the Dallas San Antonio.
Dallas San Antonio. Was that me? Oh man, dude, this is a heartbreaker. Heartbreaker. I had it by 9.5, and they lost by 10. So I had a couple really close ones. I didn't go negative. I didn't go positive. But I'm not gonna be mad because I only, I had that one Philly one that was off by like 3 points. Then this one was only off by a couple. I feel like I had another one. No, that was it. Those were the only two close ones. So that's all right. Dallas, they played Luka. Or no?
Yeah, he played, but sadly he went out.
Okay.
Where is it? Okay, they don't say it in this little paragraph, but yeah, eventually he went out, and unfortunately, for whatever reason, they were singing, meaningless regular season finale. So it's like, why put your star player, and potentially another kind of thing. So yeah, that coach took the chance. And like I said, like I was trying to say earlier, he is going to miss as long as this timeline is saying 11 hours ago. He's expected to miss game 1. So I think that's pretty crucial against a Jazz team.
Luka is expected to miss game 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because did he get injured or something in that game?
Yeah, he did. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he got kind of an injury.
What was the injury?
I would have to click this to see.
Doncic injury puts playoff status in Doubt' math. Okay, so Luka Doncic wouldn't even have played in what turned out to be a meaningless regular season finale for the playoff-bound Dallas Mavericks without a reprieve from the NBA. The superstar was minutes away from being finished for the night. Come on, man, let me finish it. It's like cuts off. At San Antonio, he strained his left calf. Okay, so I don't know what that means. They said wouldn't have played in what turned out to be meaningless regular season finale without a reprieve from the NBA. Does that mean that the NBA wanted the star to play so that the people who show up can see the star player play?
Possibly.
What does reprieve mean?
It's been
Ign'ant ass English, bro.
Yeah,
bro. I'm googling a word. I don't care. I'm googling a word on the show. I got to figure out what this means. Webster Merriam, to delay the punishment of, to give relief or deliverance for a time, to delay the punishment of. So let me just like fill that back in. Without a delay of punishment from the NBA. So why would you get punished for resting a star
in the last game?
Yeah, I'd really like to figure out what that means.
I feel like the NBA hasn't been that crazy. It's usually just mid-season.
Yeah. You know how like they used to do Kawhi and everything. Like he's like, I'm playing 62 games. Y'all figure out which 62.
Right. But, I don't know. But like I said, it's unfortunate. So as of 11 hours ago, he's still looking like it's a no.
Yeah. Huh. It says here Doncic would have been serving a 1-game suspension against the Spurs if the NBA hadn't rescinded his 16th technical foul assessed 2 nights earlier when he complained to officials about a non-call in a blowout victory over Portland. With the league's third leading scorer cleared to play, Kidd said before the game his club was treating it as the last dress rehearsal before the real season starts. So I think maybe what they meant by without a reprieve could have been regarding that situation, like that whole suspended for a game, then they took it back, so he was able to play, and so he did play. Whereas if he was suspended for the game, like I think what they were saying in that first part was that it would have been better if he was suspended because then he wouldn't have played the game.
Right.
And since they took it back, they played him, and okay. So I think in the end, it was a poor decision by Dallas to play him. Like, that's all it ended up being.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
But that whole Reprieve thing was a little bit confusing to me in the beginning. I don't know if you fully understood what they were trying to say.
Yeah, no, I definitely did understand.
Cool.
Yeah, look, it's unfortunate he played. It just seemed like you just should have just had him out, you know. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day,
live and learn.
It was, live and learn. So, on to my Lakers that I should have chose.
Bro, like, this was when I got to this game. I'm not gonna lie, man. I thought, all right, well, T-Mac's gonna beat me on the score this week, but I got to choose Boston, and they won, and you chose against the Lakers, and they won. So I was like, for me, that's a win. So, especially because they won a meaningless game, so it's all perfect. And also then realizing too that Boston can win the title potentially, and Lakers can't. It's like I'm free rolling this next postseason.
Oh yeah,
it's like I'm good mentally. So what did you have? You had Denver was a 7. It's like, what's going on here, man? Denver 7.5 point. Who played? Who didn't play? Like, that's a better question. Who didn't play?
So Jokic it'd be and Michael Porter Jr.
So everybody and Monte Morris.
Okay, yeah, because, Monte Morris, yeah. Because Jamal is out still for the season, so which is up to DeMarcus and Austin Rivers.
Damn, bro, Malik Monk is like that. All right.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. Like as you can see, like Austin Reeves, like Malik Monk was like the first half, 3 quarters, and then like Austin closed it out. Like my man's like took it coast to coast on one play, like he was like crossover, spin move, like layup. It was like, now why can't you play like this? Why can't y'all play like this when the star is on the floor?
I know, right? I think it's a mental thing too, man. Like people,
of course. Right.
It's like you know, anyone who's played in competition before, like we both know specifically, it's like once you're going up against someone who you know is better than you, that alone gives them an advantage. It's like the rich get richer, man. Exactly. It's really not only do you get a seeding advantage, but you get a mental advantage too. Yeah, it ain't easy out there, man.
Yeah, so it's bittersweet seeing these numbers and seeing them prove me wrong, because I was just like, exactly. I don't want to bet on them again. Like, why can't they do it again? Like, I wouldn't. I just couldn't tell you who was going to bring it. You know, I feel like THT could have the 41. So yeah, but glad to see another win to our horrible season. Make our
better than the loss, man. Whatever.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it could have been. Where did we end up at? 33. Yeah, that's not bad. Like, we definitely there's been teams worse than us. We at least I think 33 wins is it's like the lowest the lowest amount of losses we had when we had the best record, I think. One of our best records, something like that. Anyway,
okay, you're saying the lowest amount of losses was still lower than like your lowest amount of wins.
At least it ties instead of it like
right.
You give me like if we was to have like 10 wins, and it's like dang, like we never had a record we never
was like a
Bulls.
Detroit Lions or like a Cleveland Browns type season. You still played, you still went like 5-12. I feel you.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay, so that was still kind of meaningless game overall though. Didn't really affect much. We had after that was OKC at LAC. You had Los Angeles Clippers by 10. What was that? Only a 50-point win. And then OKC put up a Portland-like performance. And then you had LA to win.
Yep, I had to go back and look and see. It was like, is this the same team? Like, one of these the same team? Because I was just like, that's just crazy.
Yeah, you don't see teams lose 50. By 50 very often.
I was like, exactly 50 again? I was like, dang, son. I was like, but that's expected of OKC. I was just like, they are struggling.
Yep.
So, yeah. It was just like, Clippers still got the same bench as the new starting 5. And they rested Paul George because they needed him more, and Reggie Jackson for the actual play in. So
and Morris,
So as we get to that, so
yes,
makes sense.
Real quick, do you know was Marcus Morris a Celtic at one point? Why do I feel like he was a Celtic?
I feel like
because I was looking at him and I was like, I feel like he was in Boston. Okay, from 17 to 19,
like,
2 seasons.
I was like, it's either him or his brother. I was like, I always forget which one.
Because like, this the way that like I messed up Jeff Green, but like to be fair, you couldn't remember either. Like no one can remember like some of these players like who go around to like 7 or 8 different teams. I was like, am I doing the same thing with him or is it just? But usually with Boston players, I kind of I can I can get that done at least.
Yeah.
All right, so that was a double check for you. All right, so you did pretty decent this week. Pretty decent, can't complain. Let me get. So what do we had last 2 games? One, 2.
I
two
chose
more.
Phoenix.
Oh, okay. So this is what I needed, bro. I needed this for you to like not crush me on the week. Honestly, Phoenix was a 13-point favorite. When I saw this one too, it reminded me of my Miami game, and I was like, all right, at least T-Mac had one too, where his team was like a low teens favorite, and they got, I don't want to say destroyed, but because my team lost by way more, but still.
Yeah.
So, who put up for Sacramento? Let's see what they got going right now. Damian Jones.
Justin Holiday. Is that Drew's Holiday's brother?
I feel like we've done that like 5 times already, and we don't know. Either that or, no, we've... Oh, wait, actually, Justin Holiday, actually, he might. Let me look up Drew now.
He kind of looked like him.
Well, last time I looked up, maybe... I don't know, man. It's an uncommon last name, but... They definitely have different parents. Like, one of the parents would be different, for sure, because...
Right, oh, yeah, definitely.
Drew's a lot darker than Justin.
Yeah,
but I don't know, man. I'm bad at that kind of thing. I would have to... We'll ask him. Hey, Drew. Yeah. You remember that clip? Right. Hey, Drew. Your brother's with Justin? That'd be fun. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
No? You sure? It'd be fun. You know what, man? I wonder if I could edit that clip in right now. That'd be funny.
Just like, yeah.
I think I could edit that clip in.
Before I let you go, Hastings, I saw Jermichael Green warming up behind you. Any word yet on if he's able to go tonight? I think he was questionable coming into this game.
I'll ask him. Where'd he go?
Yeah,
hey,
he was on
Hey, Jermichael, you playing? No, he's not playing. That's how you do it. I don't know why you gotta wait for all these letters. Why you gotta wait for all these letters and stuff to come out? Just ask the dude.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Y'all will get a kick out of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this game was another meaningless one in the end, though, because like Phoenix didn't care, Sacramento didn't really care.
Yep.
Whatever.
And it's just like we still number 1 seed. That's why you don't see us playing our starters.
They didn't play nobody. Everyone got a night off. They earned it.
Yep.
Boom. And then to finish up the final game of the NBA regular season, a good team beats a bad team.
Yep.
So what did you have? I think this was one of yours. You had Utah. Oh, okay, good. Man, even though you got the double check mark on this, and that hurts me in the long run, I was still happy to see Portland lose because, like, in no way, shape, or form did I think Portland was going to come through with the 20-point underdog. Basically, they were 19.5 points. And Utah put up that 31 bomb?
Yeah, 31 bomb.
Yeah. So that's what it is.
Yeah.
Juancho Hernan Gomez put up 22. That sounds like a rap name, bro. I swear. Man. Juancho and Rudy Gobert, young 18. Mike Conley, 14. Names I recognize. Okay. Yeah. Portland is no names. Bro, I saw a Dame Lillard commercial the other day, and it was just some nonsense. It's like, this is what gets Dame ready for XYZ. I'm like, Dame ain't been ready for nothing ever, man. Take your Baker Mayfield commercials off my TV right now. I'm like, this is some nonsense. Go rap, man. Dollar Dame. Oh, dude, not one. I swear, not one athlete has ever been a good musician. Not one.
It's crazy. When I look at this 111 though, it's like I only see double digits. So like,
I know, bro.
It's one of those crazy like.
It's like, are you sure you're adding this up right?
You guys make that number up. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, well, yeah, boring game to end the regular season, but still. So double check for you. So to end our week, you went 9-5, a very good, respectable week. You take those over unders out, man, and it gets a lot quicker. But we'll see now once we got this double postseason. Like, this could be the time for your epic comeback. And I went the opposite, 5-9. So definitely my worst one in a minute. So that brings us up a little bit closer. You're at like, was that 11.5? I want to say, something like that. Did you add it up?
No, I'm gonna say what's
I got me at I'm 85, 47, and 0. I got you at 72, 63, and 1. So
that's the 13 in the
maybe 12 and a half then. Maybe 12 and a half.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll confirm. Because I'm bad at math sometimes. I'm bad at looking, but it's somewhere in that range. We're somewhere in the 11-12 game lead range. But now every point will be double time going into the postseason. So definite chances to catch up, or for me to lengthen my lead.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna move over to what do we have? Tuesday was our first set of games. We had Cleveland at Brooklyn and LA at Minnesota. I feel like this Cleveland at Brooklyn's gonna just be a continuation of like what we've been looking at, like boring blowout. So we didn't bet on these games. It was kind of like I didn't really know how it was all gonna work in the timing and everything. But luckily we got 8 games for y'all for Friday. But I did watch this game. I'm not sure how much of it you watched, but I was really hoping that Garland would come through and be able to push them through. But it's just when you're getting overpowered by these mid-range jumpers, and then Kyrie throws up that 34.
Yep. Kyrie threw up his 34, so it's like, all right, who's gonna match Kevin's 25? And closest was Evan, which I was talking about the other possible rookie of the year. But so he was 6 points short right there. So both starters had one player that scored 0 each.
Rondo didn't really do too much. Kevin Love, I'm not sure if you just mentioned that, but he was back to his old 14 points, not that young 31.
Yep. He's like, I can get you a double-double, but it'd be a low double-double.
But Cleveland has another. Okay, so we were figuring this out at postseason. So since Brooklyn was the 7th seed, Cleveland was the 8th seed. Cleveland gets another chance because they were not in the one and done game. So they got to play the loser of the the winner of the Atlanta Charlotte game. The loser of the better seed plays the winner of the worst seed. So that's all right. That's kind of fair, at least.
Yeah. I think I mentioned this before, maybe, but it truly sucks for the 7th, 8th seed. Like, they truly have to fight for their position. Like, they have to prove to the world, we truly deserve to be 7th, 8th seed still. So, Brooklyn did their part, and Minnesota.
Yo, Seth Curry 0 points. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like
33 minutes, 0 points.
Man.
But did he even take shots? So let's take a look at that. 0-4 from the floor. That's all he took. I guess that he wasn't in the game plan. It didn't really look like,
Yeah, and that makes sense. Like, Kyrie still is. I feel like 10, 15 games max back. Well, we're not even that. Like, let's talk about, because was this a home game?
It was a home game.
So so it's like we need to get him in the mix. Like, still get him in the juices flowing back at home. Get the crowd love.
You're right. Curry was going off a lot more when he needed to fill in for Kyrie.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, that one's kind of boring now. This next one though, LA at Minnesota, bro. This was back and forth. This was. I wish this little win probability thing was a little bit more I don't know, better at showing the lead changes, but or either that or I'm missing something really obvious here. I could have sworn that is it when it's red is LA in the lead, and then when it's dark? Okay, so what were we missing last time? Weren't we missing something about that? What?
So last time, so when I told you, I was like, sometimes it when there's teams with 2 different colors, clearly, it just doesn't do this sometimes. I don't know.
I feel like that's right. I feel like it doesn't do this right sometimes. It's not us, it's them.
Yeah, it's not us, it's them. And that's why we would be like, oh, maybe there wasn't that much of a change, even though it's why would you have lines way up here and then way down?
Because last time it was all one color, and we saw clear lead changes throughout the thing. So I think this time, like you just said, it's acting right. But the main thing is so if you look at this center line, the line of the score is right in that center line, which to me says, massive, close game right until it got to, looks like 74-72 Minnesota. I'm sorry, 72-74 Clippers. It's kind of crazy, too. You look at that, they were up, getting up, and then boom, they just came back down.
Yep.
Dropped the hammer. My most impressive takeaway from this game was D'Angelo Russell, for sure. He started that game off just so strong, man. He was so confident. Just pulling up.
Surprising, actually surprising, because I was I know Anthony's gonna have like 30 plus, right? Because that man was 5 for 3 from the three. It felt like more 5 for 3, 5 for 11 from the three. But yeah, like in the highlight, it was showing between him and D'Angelo, like they were hitting threes and buckets. Like it's like you could take a night off, cat. Like
now, you watched the highlights of this one, or you watched the full game? Okay, now I'm not sure how much in the highlights they showed, man, but Karl Anthony Towns was playing like a very young, agitated, like just like bad fouls all game. He was in foul trouble the whole game. He got into, I think, 3 fouls, like either late first quarter, early second quarter. And every foul he took was just so dumb, man. And it was a pretty emotional game, I could tell. Like, they were, like, Clippers in Minnesota, they were definitely getting into it a little bit. Like, nothing, like, heated, you know, but, like, it was... it was getting there. It was getting to that range.
Like, it means something.
Yeah, Beverly, man, he put up the heat for sure. Like, maybe not in the box, but, like, the energy and... Whew. He was lighting them up, man. It was definitely the Pat show.
Yeah, so, kudos to them. Like, without them being able to get it done, even with the Apars George Clippers team.
Yep.
Yeah, they were able to overcome his 34. Cause yeah, Jesse Reggie about his first and last.
Right. Jesse Raxon.
He came, right. He came with a 17, and then the other Morris brother came with 12. And Norman Powell, which I feel like it kind of mentioned sometimes, was coming to points, came with 16, but yeah, only 4 people scoring double digits. Like, yeah, like, yeah, kind of almost got it done.
Damn, bro, you're damn near in the league. If you just change this guy's name, N's to K's, it'd be Terrence Mack right in the league there. You'd be putting up that young 2 points, bro. T-Man.
Yeah. That's like every time I see that name.
It's funny, too, because it's got the double N and everything. That's perfect. All right, so LA is going to play the winner of the New Orleans-San Antonio game. So we had, heartbreaker, bro. Heartbreaker for me. Because this was like, I'm glad we didn't pick these games, because you know who I would have picked. Mm-hmm. And I would have been not feeling too great about it. I felt bad about it because I just want to see them do well, but watching this game was really hard, man, because shots were not dropping. They were missing layups. Really sloppy basketball for a lot of the whole thing. ATL wasn't like crushing them, but they were just more consistent.
Yeah, I think they did play a little zone at a time, but for what I got from the highlights, I was like, ATL is what it didn't matter what defense they was playing. They was looking like San Antonio fundamental, like ball movement. They were just between that and just simply just like Charlotte defense was not up to par to their offense, because part of me felt like, and I felt like about some of the highlights, a lot of people, and I don't know if the coaches teach you that, but I feel like when I used to play for my church basketball team, a coach should be like, stay with the person on the wing, or wherever it is on along 3-point line. Like, don't come in to help defend. Like, that's 2 points. Like, I'd rather give up one less extra point than the 3. Like, especially in the league of like people shooters are way more consistent. Yeah, shooters. So a lot of times Charlotte was closing it in. Like, it was just like, bro, like, you leaving one of their best 3-point shooters open, and they would just like, that was the plan. Like, collapse the defense, kick it out, boom. Like, and then sometimes, like, just for fun, just for the kicks of it, like, that's where the San Antonio part comes in. It's like ball movement. It's like, try to catch up to the ball, and they like half, and this is like, and they still getting these threes. Like, and you know how much they did? 50%. 16 for 32, and I was like, yeah, the way these highlights are showing 3, I was like, they ought to win. Like,
yeah, it was a tough watch, because when you look at this line here, Charlotte had the lead for 0 seconds of the game, right? Yeah, that's what I see. 0. Well, okay, so look at this. Look at it.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Yeah. So y'all see what we're talking about here. Y'all see. Charlotte's up 6-4, and it's all red. Why is that?
Yeah.
Yahoo! You bunch of yahoos over here, man. But to be perfectly fair, though, it don't even matter. Because after it got to like 10 points, also 10-7, so 10-10. Ooh, 10-10 was the last time. Yeah. You know what it is, bro? It's kind of weird. Like, so here's what I'm noticing. They need to just like shift this line up a little bit, and then it would be accurate. Like, everything would be exactly accurate if they just put it up a little bit. Like, if this first line here, like that first horizontal where it's 0-0, like, why does it start off 0-0 red in Atlanta's favor? If it started 0-0 in that exact middle point, then it would be perfect. But I'm glad we are seeing what's going on here, because this is a nice little tool to have if it works.
Yeah.
But
like, y'all just don't know how this whole probability for Yahoo works.
Right.
Like, yeah, we don't. We thought we just try to use it.
But I don't want to suffer over that game anymore. Let's suffer over the next game, because for me it's the exact same kind of suffering. Although now you can suffer with me a little bit, because I know you like San Antonio too.
Yeah.
So this one was hard to watch too, man, because I mean, I'll do the same thing. I think it was probably pretty similar. Where if you look at San Antonio was up for a little bit in the beginning. This is the exact same thing. If you just shift this line up a little bit, like put that first 0-0 part, like, which shouldn't even like really, like, you don't need to have that 0-0 part even there. You can just put the first score as like the first tick. But nevertheless, you can still kind of see how like it kind of went downhill pretty early for San Antonio. It was getting closer. This one had some hope, but then in the third quarter, it really blew up.
Yeah. With this one, I'm indifferent, because it's like, I would love to see San Antonio win because it's pop, but the fact that New Orleans has pretty much all my old boys.
Ooh, and I guess you're probably a little salty too. San Antonio knocked your guys out of the playoffs, so I guess you may not be too vibing with them in that regard. They were the 10th seed instead of you.
Right, exactly, yeah. But yeah, that's something I did forget, and it's like we don't have to talk about it.
It's funny too, man. It's like both y'all lost your 5-time NBA ring player, and you're both in like that 10-11 seed range.
That's about right. It's like, even though we shouldn't be still in rebuilding phase, but
right, yeah. It's only because of bad moves too. It's not because of, whereas San Antonio, yeah, they didn't really have that chance, man. San Antonio's not that kind of city.
They didn't really set up for the future, like knowing these guys are going to leave.
Right.
But it's like I'm saying, it's like bittersweet, because it's like I always want to root for Brandon wherever he goes. I've always been a fan of CJ once he got to flourish some more, and then Larry really doesn't do too much. Who's the other one? Oh, I'm tripping, because I'm thinking about D'Angelo, but we'll be on somebody else. But yeah. So Brandon always, just getting to see that he started to average like a 20.
Yeah, this was the game where that what's his name, Alvarado was going off. You know, he was bringing that energy, and yeah, like you look at these numbers here too, man. They don't really look like 113 exactly, but I guess that 32 from CJ is what really brings it home.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So no Zion. They were kind of talking like maybe if they get really deep, he could kind of come in.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're gonna just I think it's best to work.
But this is a heartbreaker for me, man, because the two 10 seeds, I both wanted them to proceed, and they did not. So it's all good, man. At least I got to see my two young teams. Dude, they said in San Antonio was the oldest player. Do you know how old the oldest player is in San Antonio?
Right now?
Yeah. Guess.
23.
26. 23 is a young number, but I did league you that way. I still like I would have guessed like 28, 29 if you gave me that.
Right.
Like I would have guessed like 30, because you look at your team and it's like I don't know if you got anyone under 30 on your team.
Yeah, we still got it's more because I think Austin felt like we might have as low as 20. So yeah, we still get a good amount.
Yeah.
Between, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, the players that usually start your games, like LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony, Dwight Howard.
Yeah, those are for sure the 25s and up.
25s and up. Which one of them are 25? Those are all 32 plus. Between
not Anthony Davis.
Dude, Anthony Davis got to be old, right? He ain't in his 30s?
No.
Why'd I think he was older?
Is it
because he's been injured like he's older?
Yeah. He's 29. I'm like, he's getting there. Yeah.
So where's the 25-year-old?
Yeah, I got a 23-year-old Mac McCully. Austin is 23, like I thought. Yep. So yeah, we go as low as 23.
Do they play?
Yeah, Austin plays. Mac is the one that plays less. So Austin Reeves 23. Malik Monk is 24.
Okay,
so, yeah,
there you go.
Got some young guns.
I guess he's your good young player. Cause I'm like Austin.
Yeah,
who?
yeah. Oh, even THG Taylor Horton Tucker, 21.
Bro, these no names players don't count, man. Taylor Horton Tucker. you brought up Taylor Horton Tucker and Austin Reeves on a team with 5 superstars. we got Kendrick Noon.
We talk about the ones with the young age, but yeah, I think that's the one. That's the one I was talking about the other day.
Yeah, but if they don't play and if they're not important members of your team, then they don't count. It's like counting your G League as well.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah,
out of the
if you go down to LA high school, man, we got like all these prospects. It's crazy.
All right. Yeah.
No, I'm talking. How do you check starters? I don't know if you can. I don't know if you put
only just from a game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Game point. But yeah, it's the only ones that I mentioned really is just like the Austin Reeves, and Malik Monk that are, I would say, are the more consistent ones, like up next, behind the actual stars.
I'm going by minutes. All right, yeah, you got Monk. That's it. Because I'm looking at LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, Malik Monk, and Carmelo Anthony as your top 5 minutes. And then Isaiah Thomas, he was on the Lakers? Or is there a third Isaiah Thomas in existence now that has played basketball? Okay, no. He was on the Lakers for 4 games. I didn't know that. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was trying to hope to get a 10-day contract. Or if he did get one. Yeah. I don't quite know how those work, but he might got one and they were like, yeah, we tried it again. Yeah.
What's Horton Tucker putting up? What's his points per game? 10, bro. That's way more than I would have guessed. Good for him. Austin Reeves 7.3. You guys got some talent in the wake here. Watch out, 2028 season.
Yeah, hopefully we need success. I mean, it should be Anthony Davis after LeBron leaves, but still, it's like we need somebody else. He needs a point guard.
Mm-hmm.
What year is Russell?
What's up?
I said, what year? Can you see what year Russell is? I closed my Yahoo.
Yeah, I just closed it too. That's funny.
Okay.
You closed mine too. It's all good.
But yeah, it's getting to that point. Like
Russell's however old KD is. I feel like they were drafted together, like at least really.
Yeah,
close.
Definitely that. Yeah, it's like
KD's got to be at least 30, at least.
Yeah. It's coming to the end.
All right, so who goes first this week? I think it's you, right? Because I went last.
Yeah,
last
13. Week.
Okay. I chose last, so you get to pick first.
Yeah.
So double points. Big old double points. I forgot to mention it in the beginning of the show, so I might as well mention it now because it's like that added little bonus. Like we'll move it up a little bit earlier every week. Our betting contest, we are getting people in that Discord. So T-Mac has his picks. That's all good, but we're doing 4 and 4. So remember how we did our giveaway or not giveaway? I'm thinking of my other videos. Our contest last week because essentially it's a giveaway. It's a $5 giveaway it really if y'all can beat me. Bet against me on any of these 3 games or any of these 4 games that I pick. You got to beat me in my pick. So if I go 0-3, all you got to do is win 1 game. If I win 2, you got to win 3. If I win 1, you got to win 2. That kind of deal. So anything that I pick, go in our Discord, comment your comment before my pick, and if you beat me, I'll cash app you $5. So we're gonna be running that until someone beats me, and then we'll keep it going. But next week we'll try to mention it at the beginning of the show.
Yeah,
I can
exactly.
Even though we talked about it.
Right. Yeah. I might remember at the end when you be like, anything else, and that.
I remember halfway through, and then I was like, this is a weird time to bring it up. So we'll just talk about it later.
Right. Yeah. So how you want to do? You want to just stick to the Friday games first, like by days, or?
You know what? That's a great question, and I think we should just do it all at once because we only got 8. And here's another reason too is because no team is playing twice. Like you're not looking at any, so they're all individual. They're all unique games. They're all unique teams. So we're not gonna be like, yo, did this player get injured in this game, and now we're gonna look at this one because we got full odds up till Sunday, which is weird for us. Having it 3 days in advance for NBA. I think we should just roll with it. Pretend like it's a Friday game, and we have Saturday NFL games, Sunday NFL games, and Monday NFL games.
Okay. Sad to see no Lakers, but
Of course you see no Lakers.
Once again. Let's see. I feel like safe bet is Golden State. Golden State for the spread. 223.5. I feel like over. And Golden State for the win.
Alright. I'm gonna go with now I'm not saying I haven't. You'll see that this is exactly how much confidence I have in Boston, because I was hyping up Brooklyn before, as like one of the best teams. I didn't mention Boston as one of those. When I said the teams to win, I mentioned specifically Phoenix, Golden State, and Brooklyn. I'm not saying I have no faith in Boston, but I'm just saying I don't think they're that top tier team right now, even with Robert Williams coming in. So what I'm going to do is take Brooklyn plus 4.5. I will go with an over on the 224, Boston to win.
Okay.
Because I do think Boston can win, but I feel like if I take Boston negative 4.5, that it's just going to burn me. Like they're going to win by like 3 or 2 or 1. I don't think they're going to blow them out, man. And I could see a world where Brooklyn wins, so I kind of want to hedge my bet there too.
All right. Oh man. Surely Philly has to win, right? So I'm going to take Philly for the spread, and then I'm going to take over 216 and Philly for the win.
Okay. Damn, man. I was looking at this Dallas game, and I'm like, why is that so +5? And I was like, oh no. Luka. Damn. So I apologize for mentioning that one, but I don't think I'm going to touch it right now. If I get stuck with it, I get stuck with it. All right, you know what? Let me get Minnesota +7, under 235, Memphis to win.
Okay.
Ja's back. But it's his first game back, I think. I don't think I've seen him play in the stats sheet since we've been following the last couple of weeks. And that 235 is pretty big, so. Yeah, it ain't easy this week.
Yeah. All right, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go with it. I know Atlanta could do this. So, Atlanta over Cleveland. And 223. I'll go over on the 223 and Atlanta for the win.
It's a good pick. I'm jealous about that pick.
All right, so we left with the second game, third, and the last one. So Chicago, Milwaukee.
Yeah, I was looking at that last game.
Yeah, Utah, Dallas.
This might be a weird week for me, but I think I'm going to stick with my trend. I'm going to take Chicago +10. I'm going to take under 228, Milwaukee to win.
Okay.
10 seems like a lot. Yeah, that's the biggest spread up there.
Yep. And I was like, I am trying to stay away from that. I need to win, so Utah.
Damn, bro, I was just going back to that too. I was like, actually, why didn't I just take Utah? That's like almost the easy pick now.
Yeah. Utah for the spread, over 210. Utah for the win.
All right. All right, so what do we got left? What's the last one? I think that's just one more, right?
Above it. Yeah, New Orleans Clippers.
Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, nah, man, that's not a stay away. That's an easy pick, in my opinion. I say that now, and I go IAS hashtag hashtag XXX. Let's go LA over to win.
Okay.
Yeah.
LA.
Bro, that was a really emotional game that they lost. Like they really were putting it through. Like Paul George is a killer, and I think that Marcus Morris will give them some of that veteran experience, push them through.
Hopefully.
Yep. And then I just need New Orleans to sink a few threes to help me get over that 215. That's all I need.
Right. Like not too many, not too many to get the win.
Yeah. I need McCollum, to go off, and that's it.
Right, that's it.
Exactly. I need him to put up 35, and we good. Man, it's actually kind of nice too, looking at it like all like this few amount of teams, knowing that there's this few left. It's like, all right, not only are we starting to because now we're gonna see the same players more frequently, and the better players and the better teams. So then when we come into this next season, be a lot more prepared.
Yeah.
All right, so we didn't miss nothing, right?
But no, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we went over all of them.
All right, so yeah, any of my 4 picks, you can. You know what? And there's a couple. All right, here I'm gonna do this too, because I really liked your Atlanta pick, and I really like your Utah pick. So I'm going to throw both of those on the board as well. So any of my 4 picks or T-Mac's Atlanta pick or Utah pick, if you bet against any of my 4 or those 2, you can put up for the $5 contest. Because I don't think those are going to be hard to beat. I think those were 2 pretty good picks. So I'm just saying, I don't want to like throw my money behind all of your picks, but if I like some of your picks, then I'll put some of them in the betting pool as well for the people watching. So now people got 6 sets of games to choose from to try and win my money.
It's up there.
It's up there.
Out there.
So
just gotta go claim it.
Yeah, I'll share this to anyone who I think might be interested, and we're gonna get someone, man. Link is in the description.
Yes, as always, link is in the description. Be sure to like, subscribe if you enjoyed what we talked about. If you enjoyed the series,
the whole bit, the head-to-head. Let us know. Let us know what we can improve on. We know this ain't perfect. What would you like to see? Little music in the background. Anyone want a little music? Because we can do that. I can throw some of that in. I just haven't because we're always running our mouths. It's almost like, I don't know if y'all would even notice it, but
right, exactly.
But yeah, just let us know what you prefer to see in future episodes.
Always open for criticism.
And I mean, as always, if I should probably say this earlier in the episode where there will be more viewers, but thank you all for being here. We appreciate everyone watching as much as you watch. I know we go long.
Yeah, I kind of love about this, like doing this somewhere in the middle. Is just like if you made it this far, like
exactly,
comment down below.
We got to start doing some mid. There's an intro and there's an outro. We need that mid-tro too.
Yeah, I think probably when we convert, when we transition from going over the recap to the picks, I think that's probably the perfect time. Whatever that. It won't be exactly the halfway minute mark probably for the whole video, but
man, I think I'm just gonna. I think you got to throw people off. Be like, all right, man. Now this Cleveland pick was good, but it's better than that. Liking and subscribing.
Yeah.
We'll get it in there, man. We'll figure it all out. Yeah, thank you all for being here. Any closing thoughts?
Yeah, just hit up that Discord. Be sure you can check my channel too. My link is in the description.
It's in
Give
there
me a subscribe.
Every week.
I thought I should mention it to be more Fred. Like I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers. I'm at 37. Would love.
And honestly, bro, mention that you do you're more of like a Twitch streamer than you are a YouTube,
I am
too. Content creator.
Yes.
So I would say your content creation mainly is on Twitch, which is still at TMAC92, I assume, or TMAC Gaming.
TMAKK92.
Yep. So TMAC92 on Twitch
I'm that on practically every platform.
There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, like as always, that my link to my YouTube and to my when you get
we'll add the Twitch link too into the description.
In the description. And that Discord, we trying to grow these numbers everywhere. Discord.
That's why I put that money in there, baby. I started doing free giveaways in my Pokemon things, and guess what? Now I got Discord people in my Pokemon videos. Look at that. All you got to do is offer a little something to get people in there, and I think it's worth it, man. We get it. There's any number of places you could be doing your thing, so might as well try and make it fun.
Yeah, and we appreciate you being here for clicking on this video. If you made this far, so
exactly.
Yeah.
Cool. Cheers, man.
Yep. See you guys later.